This is a copyrighted work. Unauthorized copying or distribution is a crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $250,000.
Scholastic Audio presents Battle Dragons, Number 3, City of Secrets, by Alex London, read by A.J. Beckles. For Maddie, growing faster than a baby wyvern. There's no safe way to lose a dragon rodeo. The moon hung over Glassblower's Gulch like a polished meat hook, and the stars flecked around it like shimmering bloodstains, or something. Abel wasn't much for metaphors. Or was that a simile? The difference had something to do with if you used the words like and as, he thought, but he couldn't quite remember which was which. He wasn't much for the rules of literature and grammar and all that, and he'd never been great at focusing in school, or focusing anywhere else, really. Abel got distracted easily, especially when he was stressed out. And he was currently very stressed out. The school counselor had said it was a kind of attention disorder and anxiety condition, and also somehow related to puberty, which he didn't really want to talk to the school counselor about. But it didn't matter, because they weren't his school counselor anymore. He didn't have a school counselor anymore. The school in the remote desert town of Glassblower's Gulch didn't have one, or school supplies, or even qualified teachers. His parents had tried to reassure him it might be good to have a change, though it seemed like they were trying to convince themselves of that too. None of them had actually chosen to move to Glassblower's Gulch. They'd been forced to move there by the government. So in that way, it wasn't a move, but an exile. And it was kind of Abel's fault they'd had to move, because he'd raided an experimental dragon laboratory, and he'd battled against the dragon-riding kins and the secret police, and then he also... Oops. He was doing the thing again, getting distracted by his own thoughts. He remembered enough grammar to know that was a run-on sentence in his brain, and he knew enough about himself to know that now was not the time for running on sentences. Now was the time for running like his life depended on it. Because it did. He was currently standing on the smooth glass desert above Glassblower's Gulch, looking down the throat of a very angry dragon.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?